Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Lord Lizard, and in today's video, we are on Tier Maker. We are going to be doing the Call of Duty Zombies games tier list, okay? So, at the very top, we have S, A, B, C, D, dog shit, and never played. Before we get into this, let's get rid of the never played. So, that looks like Black Ops 6. It's not even out yet. Never played it. And then I have played Extinction. I have never played Exo Zombies. I've heard it's not the best, but I've never played it, so we're going to get it out of the way. I've never played Vanguard. It doesn't look very good either. And I've also never played the Modern Warfare. I think that's Modern Warfare 2. That doesn't even look right. I think that's Soap. He's not a part of Zombies. Like, what are they doing? Okay, now that I've played all these zombie games, let's get into the list. And at number 1, we have Call of Duty World at War Zombies, which right out of the gate is an extremely good game. There's no Easter eggs, so if you're playing solo, there's not a whole lot to do. But if you're playing co-op, man, you can have a lot of fun with friends on this game. It really was an extremely good starting point for zombies. Because when this game came out, the very first map was bare bones. Box, 2 doors, not a lot going on. Second map, you got 4 perks, and you also got power. And then the third map kind of introduced the Hellhounds and the characters. And then on the fourth map, which was Deriz, they put it all together and added Pack-a-Punch. I mean, they literally probably couldn't have started the Call of Duty Zombies game mode off with a better progression in maps. It was crazy how it all added up and came out at the end of the tunnel, So in my opinion, I'm going to put it at A. It's either a low A or a high B, in my opinion. But like I said, there's no Easter eggs, so there's not a lot to do solo. But, I mean, you can still have fun. And honestly, this game has a lot of great weapons. The weapons are extremely good in this game, and they're a lot of fun to play. They actually feel like weapons instead of some of the futuristic weapons. But yeah, I think it's a high B or a low A, depending on what we play some of the other games. We might move it. But I feel like A is a really good spot. It really started everything off. And up next, we have Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. This is easy, guys. This is S tier. Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies has some of the highest maps and none of the lows. Like, I don't know how they hit every map out of the park. Kino. I mean, 5 is even a great map. It's hard. It's the Verrucht of Call of Duty Black Ops. It's hard, it is. But it's still fun. It's unique. Every one of these maps have their own boss zombies that are different. And then after 5, they had Ascension, which was my personal favorite. I loved it back in the day. Ascension had its own feel, kind of like like Verrucht did. And then after that, they had, I do believe, Call of the Dead. I did not like Call of the Dead back in the day, but I've come around to liking it. I do like it a lot more now that I've gotten older. Shangri-La, I hated Shangri-La growing up, but now that, again, now that I'm older, it's such a great map. It was one of the hardest maps I ever played, and I didn't get it. I didn't care for the Baby Maker, and then now that I'm older playing it, it's like, man, I see exactly what they were going for. Or, I'm just learning to love it. And it's all the maps are good. And then after Shangri-La, you had Moon, and then with Moon, it was groundbreaking. I never got to beat the Easter egg. I couldn't find the other 3 players to help me beat the Easter egg. And not only that, you had to beat multiple Easter eggs before you can even get to the Moon Easter egg on Black Ops 1. So that was kind of a bummer. And I was never that good at zombies. I was more of a casual player back then. But with Moon, they released the Resurrection Pack. Okay, so you got all the World at War maps just on the Black Ops 1 engine. So when you bought Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies, and, let's say you had the Season Pass, I don't know, you got like 8 or 9 maps. I mean, that's a lot of maps to play. That's a lot of stuff to do. Whether you're solo, whether you're multiplayer, it really is. It was huge. huge. One of the best Call of Duty games, in my opinion. It's the best-selling Call of Duty of all time for a good reason. And it's S. It's top of the top. Easy top of the top. And then up next we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2. I'm going to put it in S, but I'm going to put it under Black Ops 1. Only because Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Zombies was more consistent. The highs, were there, but the lows were not there with Black Ops 1. With Call of Duty Black Ops 2, right out of the gate, it was a dud. I did not like Transit. I did give it a try. I did not like Transit. I wasn't even a big fan of Town. Like, Town was really the only thing going, and I just wasn't a fan of it. I liked Farm for some reason. Like, Farm was okay, but it still wasn't that good of a map, and I knew it. I think I just, kind of picked one to like, because it's like, man, this is all I got. And then Die-Rise came out, not Deriz. Die-Rise came out, and I played it a couple times, and I was like, oh man, like, they straight up ruined Zombies. Didn't like the map, the verticality, didn't like the, what are they called, jumping jacks or something. Pretty much the Nova crawlers. Didn't like them, didn't like the slick fire was okay. I just didn't like the map, and I didn't want to put the time in, especially back in that time in my life. I was probably ninth grade, doing other things, and Zombies really, it was a low point coming from the great maps from Black Ops 1 to Transit, all the maps that came with Transit, and then Die-Rise, it was really a low point. And then Mob of the Dead came out, and this is when I stopped playing Zombies. I was more into multiplayer this time because Zombies really shit the bed. But now that I've gotten older, I've actually played Mob of the Dead, and I do understand why everybody puts Mob of the Dead in their top 5, top 3, their number 1. Mob of the Dead is a great map. It does really good about, blending in gameplay and storyline. And in my honest opinion, my favorite part about Mob of the Dead is they brought back the AK-47, which is a small thing, on a great map. But it really is a great map. It's one of the best, and it's crazy that they went from Transit, Die-Rise, and then fucking Mob of the Dead. Oh, man. And then Buried, after Mob of the Dead, I thought Buried was going to be horrible because it came from the same creator as Transit and Die-Rise. Man, he really changed everything up. Jimmy Zielinski, he changed everything up with Buried, and it is a unique experience. It's fun. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of, different things to do. And honestly, I haven't even explored all the things you could do. I haven't even made it to the witch's house. And that's as an adult. I haven't put as much time into it as I should. But it's a great map. I do see the potential, and I really, really want to play some more of it. There's just other great maps that I just find myself gravitating towards. And up next is Origins. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Zombies. Origins is peak. Origins on Black Ops 2 is so much fun. I have no idea how they made that map on PlayStation 3. It's insane. That map is so good. It's so good. I go back and I play that map more than any other, more than Mob of the Dead. I don't even play Transit. Who the hell plays Transit? You could do the Easter egg, and I like how they do have an easy mode, but you can't complete the Easter egg if you're doing easy mode. I think that's really cool. I've never actually completed the Easter egg on Black Ops 2, but I've gotten, I made it all the way to where you had to put the staffs in the giants' heads, and I had no idea about the skip. And then after watching the skip after that match, because that's when I went down, I felt like a damn fool. It was, oh man, I was like, what in the world is this? Because I'm not going to spoil it. But Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has some of the greatest maps, and it also has some of the worst duds. I would rather play World at War, half of the maps on World at War than Transit or, anything that comes with Transit. Okie dokie, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and it does have Zombie Chronicles. I'm going to go ahead and put that. I'm going to put it above Black Ops 1. It's top for me. I know there's a lot of people that's going to say, you're a Black Ops 3 dick rider and all this and that. A lot of hate. don't understand the hate. We're all zombies players. We play the game to have fun. We don't really play the game to be put in a corner because of the maps and the game, that we pick. But talking about Black Ops 3, the reason I put it at the top is because of Zombie Chronicles and the DLC. There's, in Black Ops, you got 8 to 9 maps. Great, a lot of fun, a lot of stuff you could do. But in Black Ops 3, I think you got 14 maps. That is a lot of content, man. There are a lot of things you can do. There's the OG World at War, not quite OG. It's on a Black Ops 3 engine, but you got some maps from World at War, Black Ops, Black Ops 2, and then Black Ops 3. I'm still not the biggest fan of Shadows of Evil. It does suck that you can't complete the Easter egg solo. That is the dumbest thing. If they would have just changed that, I feel like that would have been a lot of people's. It's already a lot of people's favorite map ever, but that really would have just solidified why that map is so good in everybody's opinion. It's really not my favorite map. It's not even my top 5, and decent map, but I really don't play it a whole lot. There's not a lot of reason for me to play it. DE, Der Eisendrock. I loved that map. I'm an offline player, so I beat the Easter egg, and when I beat the Easter egg, I have to build all 4 of the bows. So that is almost like doing 2 Easter eggs, or it's like, Origins on Black Ops 3 with bow and arrows instead of staffs. So there's a lot that goes into it, and then the Keeper boss fight is awesome. I love the boss fight. It's beaten me a couple times. I've beat it way more than it's beat me. Every time, I go in there to fight it. I have fun. I love killing the panzers, the dogs. It's a lot of fun. It's just extremely tedious with the bows, especially the fire bow. Just there's a bunch of tedious steps and the worst part is when I fire up DE and I'm like, oh, I'm about to do the Easter egg, and then I'll stop, on the second dragon head, and I'm like, it's going way too slow. I'm done with this shit, and just get out of the map. And a great map, but I don't know, just some stuff that slows you down that shouldn't really be a speed bump. It should let you flow through the map. And then Zetsubo no Shima was my favorite map for the longest time, and that was before I knew a lot of people hated the map. I had no idea why people hated that map. I do know it was it costed a lot of points to open up the map. There was just a bunch of little stuff, you had to do. I like the Easter egg. It's a collectathon. I really just like it. I liked it, and I think a lot of people that don't understand it, and I could see somebody that doesn't know how to turn on power if they keep flipping the switch at A, and then they flip the switch at B, but they don't flip the main switch, and they keep going in circles. That could be extremely frustrating. I do understand, but I think that's on them, in my opinion. Zetsubo no Shima is a great map, and if you guys don't like it, in my opinion, you should really just do some challenges on it and act like you're not even playing on Zetsubo. Just, do challenges and go through the challenges, and maybe you'll learn to love the map for what it is. Because if you go into it already hating it, you're not going to like it anyways. GK, Go Rod Crovey. I really don't know how I feel about GK. I've never beat the Easter egg. I'm offline, like I said. I've attempted the Easter egg 5 times, and the Gersh step has actually stopped me 4 times because he has got stuck in the map. And I have no idea if it's an offline thing. I just know that when I'm trying to complete an Easter egg and I get to a certain step, especially one that's, 40 minutes in, 30, 40 minutes in, you don't want to do all that work and then get to the step and you're like, oh shit, here we go again. And you get stuck, and Gersh gets stuck in the wall, and you can't. I've went 7 to 10 rounds after that, Gersh getting stuck in the wall, and he just does not come out. I redo the step, nothing happens, and it's like, man, maybe there's nothing I could do. The only thing I can think of is just nonstop shooting Gersh with the Mark III, but I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and give it another shot. But the layout of the map is not the best. I do love the box weapons. I think they should have put the PPSH, the FFAR, The Galil, not sure if the Galil's in GK, but I think they should have put all those maps in the Black Ops 3 maps. Because those guns really are the only reason to hit the box. You know, nobody's hitting the damn box. There's so many good assault rifles on the wall. But, yeah, GK Revelations is okay. Like, I do understand the hate, and I don't like it. I don't play it a lot. I would put Shadows of Evil above Revelations. And those two are at the bottom for me. But then all the Zombie Chronicle maps are awesome, and I would recommend this game to anybody. Black Ops 4, man, I've only played 9, and I only played it a couple of times, so I'm going to put it in D. I'm an offline player anyway, so even if I bought the game, I wouldn't be able to do the Easter eggs, so I haven't bought it, and that's pretty much where I'm going to leave it. What's that? Black Ops, Call of Duty, Cold War, Zombies. Oh, man. Cold War Zombies, I'm going to put in B. I have played all the maps. I've made it to round 50 on every single map except for Forsaken, and that's because I kept getting kicked. I got kicked, I think it was like 7 times in one day, and I was like, I'm done with Forsaken. I couldn't do the Easter eggs, but I could get the wonder weapons for all the maps except for Forsaken again. And the game felt okay. It didn't feel like the OG Zombies like I remember, and that's one thing I didn't really like. The maps were kind of cool. Martyr Toten, I really do like that map. I forgot the very first map. It was like Die Maschinen. That was a cool map. I liked everything around it. Building around Nocturne and Toten, that was cool. I liked the Wonder Weapon. The Cerberus in Martyr Toten is insane. If you want to keep somebody engaged with a wonder weapon, you just keep changing the variants like that. That was a great idea. But I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's just not the old school shit that we want. I think, if they put out Cold War, in let's just say 2020, and then they put out something similar to Black Ops 1 in 2020, I think Black Ops 1 would get a little criticism, but I feel like it would get a lot more love than something like Cold War. Extinction. Oh, man. We're going to put... Yeah, Extinction. I'm going to put it in D. I did have some fun playing with some friends. It's not all bad. Like, it's just a headache, especially now that I'm older. When I was a kid, a lot of shit that I played wasn't fun, but I was just having fun with friends. So I'm basically putting it there because of... I did have some good times playing it with friends. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies. Okay. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies. We're going to put this one in A, and I'm going to put it over World at War because, like I said multiple times, as an offline player, I can do all the Easter eggs for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies. I do like the maps. I think Rave is my favorite. It would go Rave, Shaolin, Radioactive, Spaceland, and then Beast from Beyond. I need to play more Beast from Beyond because it does get a lot of hate, but I haven't even made it past the cryptids. Those things are killers, man. But as an offline player, I can do all the Easter eggs. This game is kind of goofy, and sometimes I don't like that, but at other times it's like, oh yeah, that's just a part of it, and it is fun. But there's a lot for you to do. Like there's 5 maps, and you could do it multiplayer, you could do Easter eggs. There's a lot for you to do. And not only that, every map has its own theme, and it's just, that's probably the smartest thing they did in this game. Keeping the same 4 characters, but changing, everything around them each game. That was probably the smartest thing they could have done because they couldn't compete with the Black Ops series, and I think they knew that. So I think they did the next best thing and really just tried to get as much variety in one game as they could instead of just trying to, stick to 5 maps that were similar to Zombies in Spaceland, which, that probably would have been cool. But I think what they did, with what they had was an extremely good job done, and I love playing it. I played it today, for a while. Up next, we have Call of Duty World War II Zombies. Oh, man. This is tough because I like Call of Duty World War II Zombies, but the Easter eggs are crazy. I love the guns. I love the guns so much. Oh man, see, I don't know if it should go here, if we should put it in B, or if we should put it in A. You know what? Let's do this. If I had to pick right now between Cold War and World War II, which game would I play? I'd play World War II. Easy. This game has some of the craziest Easter eggs I've ever seen. I haven't completed, except for the Final Reich. That was actually the very first Easter egg I ever beat when it first came out. The Darkest Shores Easter egg is crazy. The Shadow Throne, I feel like I can do it, except for the more step. I've never done any of the more step stuff, so that might be hard for the first time. The Tortured Path looks absolutely horrible, but I'm going to give it a shot. I've played it a couple times. I didn't really like it that if you lose on these objectives, then, it's game over. I feel like that's not really the way they should have went about it. They probably should have implemented a couple different things, not to get you through the game mode itself, but I'm not sure. They're missing something, and it's obvious because a lot of people hate the Tortured Path. The Frozen Dawn is actually a really good map. All these maps, when it comes to like the map itself, I really like how down to earth World War II is. And it's completely opposite from Infinite Warfare. Like everything is down to earth. It looks like you're in a German town. You're in Berlin. You're at the Arctic Circle. All these maps feel really cool. They feel really down to earth. They're fun to play. The zombies are actually creepy and crazy looking, and they look like Nazi zombies, which is, I'm glad they did that. That stuff happens. So let's not even get into that. But it's a great game. Like, I have so much fun with it, and I'm going to keep playing it. There's a lot of good things. I want to beat an Easter egg besides the Final Reich on it, and I'm thinking the Shadowed Throne or the Frozen Dawn would be a good one because the Darkest Shores Easter egg looks impossible solo. This is my list, guys. Let's go ahead and go over it. In S tier, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with Zombie Chronicles. And then we have Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. And then we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. All great games. Sorry about that. And then in A tier, we have Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies. Great game. Call of Duty World at War Zombies. And then we have Call of Duty World War II Zombies. All great games. And in B, we have Cold War Zombies, which is pretty good. I like it. It's really just moving in a direction that it's sad to see. And then in D tier, since I haven't played a lot of Black Ops 4, I'm going to put it in D tier just because I, don't really know a whole lot. What I did play of 9 was really good. It was fun. But I can't, base all the other maps off of that one map. And then Extinction, it's the only thing saving it from dog shit is the fun times I had playing with my friends. And then the never played, I've never played any of those, so I really can't. I don't have an opinion on them. Let me know what you guys think of this tier list. I know there's going to be a lot of comments talking about, Black Ops 3. I don't understand the hate. We all like zombies. We all play zombies. And we just, like what you like. Have fun with what you want to have fun with. Don't point at other people because they have fun in a different game. Maybe some people would say I should have put World War II below Cold War, and I completely understand, but I just have a lot more fun with World War II, and I have more time into World War II. So this is my list. Please subscribe. Get at me in the comments. I really want to know what you guys play. Like, I want to know if I'm just insane for making this list the way I did, or do I have a typical list, Let me know, guys. I'm Lard Lizard. I'm out of here. Peace.